Okay, so this is a story time about me and my dog. So, my dog needed his shots, right? And I did not want to go back to the same vet that we went to before because when we first went to that vet, there was a special going on, so I didn't have to pay like the fee to for an appointment and all that kind of stuff. But returning, they were like, there's an $85 fee just to come in, then plus the 2 shots. So I was like, oh my God. So there's this list of what is it called? Like affordable vets. So I do a search. There was one, I couldn't make that appointment. And then I finally found another one that was not too far from my house. And the rate was not bad. They still charged a fee to just come in, but the shots were not like super expensive and the fee wasn't that bad either. So the first red flag is that I booked the appointment over the phone and we were going over the times. The lady told me I needed to put a deposit down. So she let me know what times were available, right? These times, like, I didn't like make up these times. I wouldn't know what times they have because I don't know what their hours are. So the lady goes like down the line of the times that they have available, and then she says 4:40 p.m. So I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So I give her my card, she takes the deposit, and then the following day she calls me. And I'm thinking to I was really busy the following day, and I was like, why is she calling me? I called back and I said, hey, I got a missed call from this number. And she was like, oh yeah, we were just calling you about your appointment. And I was like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'm really busy. I got it. I got the email, but I never read the email. I saw the email, but I never read it. So now I looked at I listened to a voicemail that she left me, and she was like, this is to confirm your appointment at 4 p.m. Now she sent me a email, she called me, left me a voice message, and then she had called me again. And I was like, that I feel like she probably spoke too soon and gave me the 4:40, not realizing the 4:40 wasn't available. But she didn't want to admit that. She told me no. She originally told me 4 o'clock. Okay, whatever. But she was really like sweet about it. She wasn't like an argumentative person. I just was like, okay, I'll make it happen. So the day comes for the appointment. I take my dog to this place, and there is a white woman at the desk who is, I guess what you would say, the receptionist, and there's a white woman who's talking to the receptionist. She's a client like me, and they're talking already. I'm standing there with my dog. I'm giving like, distance. Before COVID happened, I always like to keep this. I like my space. I don't like to stand up under people, and I don't like people standing up under me. So there was a good space between me and the client who was already in there. The place was empty. So besides the 3 people, me, the receptionist, and the client who she was already talking to, that was it. And my dog, of course. So I'm standing there, and the lady, the receptionist who's talking to the client about her cat, and it sounded like a cat surgery or something is going to happen. She briefly looks at me at one point, but then she kind of like rolls her eyes away and then looks back at the lady in front of her. So I didn't think too much of it. Maybe there was something in her eye. Maybe she didn't mean to roll her eyes. Maybe she didn't mean anything by it, right? But this is what got me, is that after she completed the interaction with the client that she had already in front of her, she then needed to print a paper for her. So she got up and went to the printer. The printer is a little bit like towards the end of the desk that she's sitting behind. And from there, I guess she looks over and notices, which I would think that she would have noticed that the dog was with me when I walked in, but she looks around and sees my dog. And then she's like, hi, hey there. And I'm just sitting there like, so you didn't see the person, but you see the dog, and you start to talk and actively say hello to the dog. I'm going to be paying for the shots. You don't think that it would be a good idea to say hello and greet the client, the actual client? So I thought that was weird. Let me know, what do you think? First of all, let's talk about running a business. Is it okay to just speak to the owner's dog and not the person? When you own a business, you want these clients to return. I mean, I think that's how your business is going to survive, right? You want that customer service to be felt not just by how you treat the client's pet, but also how you treat the client, right? So she does not talk to me at all. She returns to the lady and continues to talk to the lady, gives her the paper. She is done, and she didn't even tell me what to do next. Like, she didn't tell me like if I should be coming up to the to the desk or what I should be doing. Like, hey, are you here for such and such? Or like nothing. It was like she just walked over to a scale, right? And she's walking over to the scale. So I'm thinking like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to walk over to her. So I walk over to her, and then she starts with the questions. What kind of breed is he? And so I don't think that question is a wrong question, but I spent time sending over an email with my dog's history and everything about my dog prior to coming in. So that's kind of something that maybe you should already know, because I sent over the paperwork. Maybe I'm going too far. I don't know. But that's a decent question, but I'm just annoyed that you still keep talking to the dog. So she's like, what kind of dog is he? And then she continues to talk to the dog. You're so cute. You're da-da-da. You're this, you're that. And I'm like... So, just let me know what you think about that. For one, somebody who's running a business, is that how you should treat someone when you walk into a business? Am I going too far by saying that that's racist? When, there's somebody that respects an animal before they respect and greet a human. We may look at this and think it's light or small, but I do think that these are, things that do kind of demonstrate the times that we are in. Just the other day, I think it was one person that died, and then some other people got injured. I believe it was, I'm trying to remember what state it was in. I think it was in Indiana, where a white person said it was a retaliation for the Alabama brawl. And I think the problem with the Alabama brawl is a lot of people led with like it was a victory for Black people. And whenever that kind of plagues the media, I feel like there's a certain idea being pushed. And then it's just like me. I don't like going to watch slavery movies. I feel like it puts you in a certain mindset. Right? It puts us in a certain mindset, and then you go out into the world and be upset with white people who, a white person who may not even be racist, right? So I feel like the Alabama brawl kind of incited this incident where now somebody has lost their life because they feel like whites against blacks. So are we coming into a time where a lot of this, like, I don't know, it's like a lot of things are being, like a lot of racist, motives are being like promoted in the media and causing, a lot of violence, causing tension. Did this lady feel like, whatever she saw in the media maybe, and she had an idea about me before I even came in, and the lady wasn't even apologetic, because I ended up having to reschedule my appointment, and I ended up coming in the following day to just get it over with. And when I came in, when I rescheduled, I let the the lady know of my experience. I was like, it was kind of weird that the lady did not greet me at all, and I feel like that was kind of not good customer service. They had the nerves to actually email me a survey about customer service and would you come back again. I don't even know why they would email me that, but it goes to my point that customer service is important in a business. So if you just don't want a certain type of people there come in there, and that's how you want to treat them to deter them from coming there, that I get. But if money is green and money is green and the money is green to you, then it doesn't matter who comes in. You respect, because every person that walks in, the money is green. So it doesn't matter what their race is. It just meant like, hey, for that moment, you need to greet that person. You need to have a priority, have your business as a priority, and not care about color if money is green. So that's my thought about that. Am I looking too deep into it? Does my interaction or is there tension that is brewing between, white people and black people? Am I looking too deep into this interaction? Maybe the lady was just not having a good day. And mind you, when I returned, she did the same thing. She still did not greet me. She was still very nonchalant and, didn't care. So I looked on their reviews to make myself feel better. They don't have good reviews at all. Not to say they don't have good reviews. Actually, one of the reviews said that the vet got upset with a pet and threw the chair, and it was just a mess. So I don't feel bad. I always look back at reviews. If I have a bad experience, I always look back at the reviews and say, okay, let me see if I'm the only one having this experience. So their customer service is not really that great. They may not even last that long, because I don't think a business can strive, because a lot of people, they don't feel valued unless they're silly. Because I've seen people complain about businesses and return. People, if a business does not respect you, do not return. I always hold out. If a business does not respect me, I'm not coming back. But let me know what you think. Am I overreacting? Was that racist? Was that a racist encounter? Was that not a racist encounter? Was she just a BI? Let me know. Thank you for tuning in.